With my co-workers, Penguin and Snowman, here to tell you what's happening at the week of February 9th, 2014 at Strawberry Park Elementary.
We wanted to tell you more about our sister school, Ivanson Elementary. But before we do, here are a few important new items you need to know. Get out your calendars and mark these important dates.
The challenge begins February 10th to the 28th. Turn off those lights. Unplug where you can. Save energy, SPE, and save money for your school.
Yay!
Yay!
Tuesday, February 11th is the Science and Social Study Fair. Come learn something new. 5 to 5.
Okay, February 24th, Jeff and Paige are coming to SPE. Students will dazzle and amaze you on February 24th at the end of the day.
Spirit Day!
Have your colors. It's the Great SPE Color Wars, March 5th, right before parent-teacher conferences.
February 27th, the 2014 Caldecott and Newberry winners were announced this year. This year's winners were
Locomotive, and Ulysses.
And lots more. Yay!
Check out these and other winners in the library.
Don't forget to vote your SPE favorite Colorado children's book. Go to the library website and cast your vote today by February 26th.
Will be this year's chosen book by Colorado kids. Like you!
Chess players, February 10th, the chess tournament. Gather around your boards and go into Den 2, 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Good luck!
14th is a special day at SPE. It's the SPE Winter Olympic Snowfest Field Day. Did your class meet the goal?
It's a day of love and friendship at SPE too.
And all the secret Valentines delivered to students will also mean we're able to send needed support to our sister school, Ivanson Elementary.
Lauren sat down with Guido to find out more about what happened since the typhoon devastated the school.
Good morning, SPE. My name is Lauren Hilly, and I'm here with Guido. He is Julia's dad. We are going to tell you more about our sister school, Ivanson Elementary in the Philippines. What can you tell our students about life in the Philippines?
Okay, well, that's a good question. That's a good place to start. First, let me show you where the Philippines are. If you think of China, and south of China, there's a sea called the South China Sea. It's very easy. And the Philippines, it's right across. If you would think of it as the southeast of China. But the Philippines is a very interesting country. There's a mixture of third world living, and there's also very high-tech, wealthier class, as we say. The people who live in third world conditions is the majority of the Filipinos. They live, many, in the slums, in the very, very poor conditions. They live in this makeshift homes that are not so makeshift. They've been there for decades. One of the poorest cities is actually the capital, which is Manila. Ivisan is a region on this island right here. So it's about, what the scale of this is, it's about an hour flight. It's about 500 kilometers from Manila. Okay? And if you look at the map that we talked before, that you guys have, Capiz is the region, a bit like it would be Colorado here. It would be Capiz. Ivisan sits on the coast. It is a fishing town and a farming town. And that's the problem that they have. If you can imagine when the typhoon hit, it was a super typhoon, so it was a very powerful one. It wiped out all their fisheries, wiped out all of their farming, and it's been very difficult for them to pick themselves up and get going. In talking to the principal, which is Miss Tu, T-U, at Ivanson Elementary, about 60 to 65% of her students live in third world conditions. Third world conditions usually means you're living on the side of a road, you have a makeshift home. Many of them live with multi-generations in a room that is about 400 to 500 square feet. So smaller than your classroom. Filipino families tend to be pretty large. So you may have as many as 16, 18 people living in a small room like that. And their food and diet is a little bit different than ours. It is an island, so they live on fish, a lot of fish. They eat rice, noodles, and they have their own particular dishes. You know, they are much different from ours. And that's what's going to make this a very interesting collaboration. You know, you guys will talk to them and about their diet, about their clothing, and find out a lot of things.
How did you hear about Ivanson Elementary?
So, Ivanson Elementary was where the grandfather of a friend of mine was principal since World War II. In the 1940s, the Japanese invaded the Philippines, and in Ivanson, they were also in Ivanson, and a friend of mine's grandfather was put in charge to keep up with the school, basically the principal of the school. And he remained there for over 30 to 40 years. And since that time, my friends, uncles, and aunts have either run the school or are still there today. They're teachers there today. So when she sent me out a ply to help, my family started to help her family, trying to make it through the destruction. And through that process, we learned about the school, and then we put two and two together. We thought, how about, you know, our children help your children?
How many students are there?
There are 1,558 students. It goes kindergarten through 6th grade. So if you think of Capiz, this isn't like Colorado, where you may have, for example, just in our city, we have two elementaries. In Capiz, to cover all this region, or I guess most of this region, there's only one. And so, you know, it covers a lot of students.
Do they speak English?
They do. And you'd be surprised how many countries in the world have adopted English. They actually teach school in English. The Filipino language is Tagalog. And they do speak Tagalog also, and they take classes in Tagalog, but most of their classes are in English.
How are they able to get food and shelter since the typhoon?
Lori, that's kind of why we're doing this, and it's very sad, the situation right now. So the typhoon hit in early November, so it's been maybe 2 months. The government, Filipino government, has not been able to assist. They have prioritized infrastructure. Infrastructure is water, sewage, electricity, which still hasn't been done. They're struggling. They are a fishing community, so while their boats were damaged, you know, they're getting back up, they're fishing, they're getting some of their food, but mostly right now, it's a little bit of a scavenger type situation. You know, they get what they can. There is aid coming in. The United States has sent some aid, and so has the rest of the world. Japan has sent aid, China has sent aid, and so they are slowly getting some of this in, but it's not a good situation.
What are the kids doing now since the school is damaged, besides like finding food?
Yep. So there are 52 classrooms there. Basically, all of them were damaged. About 30 classrooms, they were able to put tarps and plastic and steel roofing to try and keep the water out, and in order to, at a minimum, try and have kids come in. However, Miss Tu, the principal, you know, she's really concerned because the kids aren't coming because there's no place for them. That you can't hold all of them in the few classrooms that they have. And this was really something that was important to them. You know, this allowed them to give a place to get together in, to get away from the day-to-day, to get away from the issues that they were dealing with, you know, after the typhoon. And so, you know, she's real excited about what we're doing because we're going to give their children some hope, you know, in the little things that we're able to do.
what major needs do they have, like besides food and water and shelter?
So yesterday we were finally able to contact Miss Tu by phone, and Miss Tracy Studdard, your principal, also had a conversation with them, and it's the basic things that we need, as far as students, so they need pencils, paper, notebooks, erasers, those type of things. They would really like reading books, and some with pictures, because they do, while English, they do learn in English, it's a broken English at this age, it gets better as they get older. But really the one thing that we can give them is hope. We can let them know that we're children so many miles away, and yet we're still the same. We like to play, we like to laugh, and right now there's not a whole lot of playfulness and laughter. There's a lot of sadness there now.
Yeah. Like, can we send them letters and cards?
Lori, I think that's a great idea, and I think that we're working on seeing. They're not going to get internet for another 2 months, 3 months. They're estimating. So once they get the internet, we'll set up a communication through Skype. So maybe when we come to the library, we can have a Skype conversation with them. Or we thought about setting up email accounts, for first grade, second grade, third grade. And then maybe when we gather here, we can look at, if you're a first grader, what emails are from them or what emails are from us to them. But you're right, just writing them will create a connection. And maybe you can do a pen pal with some of them. You like that idea?
Student council is thinking of doing a project, so we're wondering if we could do a book drive for them.
Ooh, that is a good idea. The library in Ivanson was one of their places of most pride that they had put together. And obviously, it needs help right now. So if you did that, what would be really cool is if each student were to bring a book. Probably bring books that are fairly simple, not too complicated, and probably with some pictures, to help them, because even though they're learning English, it's still a second language to them. But to sign each book, and to tell them, hey, here I am in Steamboat, I'm thinking of you, I send this book, and I like it because, and you're right, because you like it. And then they'll open it, and they'll know who it's from, and there's something else that's really interesting. Sometimes when you do charity, you would think that it's us doing charity for them, but charity goes both ways. They're teaching us a lot. They're teaching us what it's like to live under these conditions. They're teaching us what it's, how different they are. In a way, that is a form of charity towards us, right? They're giving us something, just like we're giving them something. So I think that'd be a great idea.
And now here's a word from Mrs. Stoddard.
Hi everyone. I'm so excited. This week I got a chance to talk to Miss Tu, the principal at Ivanson Elementary in the Philippines. And it was so exciting that she had a chance to share with me how the 1,500 students at her elementary school with grades K through 6 are so excited to become friends with us, and that we get a chance to be a sister school with them. And I had a chance to ask her what types of things that she wishes that we could offer as a way of showing our friendship to them. And she said anything, letters, projects that you might want to do. I know that several of you in the school are currently making friendship bracelets such as this. And I think it would be so awesome if every 1,500 students in the school had a chance to wear a bracelet sent by students from Steamboat Springs. Other things that they were hoping for are school supplies. They were also hoping for any types of books that could help rebuild their library. But most of all, they just want your friendship. So we're excited, and we look forward to being a sister school with Ivanson Elementary.
That's it for now. Have a good day.